What else have people been talking about, Jason?
The unions are threatening to go on strike altogether.
So it's sort of a return to the 1970s, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so. But the Chancellor says he needs to find £83 billion from somewhere, and I thought, well, has he tried cutting out some of those coupons in the magazines? They soon add up, you know, those savings. Like 25% off Trident, stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Christian, you're a doctor, and there's loads of cuts happening in the NHS. Do you think doctors will go out on strike?
No, we've never been on strike, ever. We're on call 24 hours a day. Someone falls down in the street in front of you, you've got to be there, haven't you? You're never...
Laughing.
So...
At what level of drunkenness do you get to not be a doctor anymore and go, do you know what, I've had 2 glasses of wine? Do you know exactly what that limit is? So when you get home, you go, bang, bang, right, I'm out.
I've had to do that on a plane. 8-hour flight to Kenya. I was pissed, and someone had an anaphylactic shock to a prawn. We had to put a trachea in his throat. And I was...
You did it pissed? How good a doctor
I'm a bit worried now. I might...
That's incredible. But also, was there not a part of you the next time you had to do a trachea that went, do you know what, I need a glass of something to steady my hand?
What he didn't tell you was he's got 3 of them in his eye as well.
What do you do in that situation? How did you put the trachea in? What was it made of? You literally... You know the old rumour about a biro? That's what you do. You use a biro.
Do it to Sean now.
Literally, and that's what it was like.
You just...
You whack
properly...
it in. You properly whack it in the throat, yeah.
If you did that and then it turns out afterwards you're not a doctor, will you get in trouble? You're just self-diagnosed. You've looked across at them and thinking, I reckon they need a tracheotomy. No warning, you've just gone, no! You would have died!
All right, let's have a look and see whether the general strike is one of the most talked about things. Yes, the TUC is threatening a general strike. They're threatening a return to a 3-day week, but f*** that, I'm not working another 2 days a week. Most popular topic of gossip for men.
I know what it is. What I talk about, my friends, we talk, is your moustache suitable for a christening? I think it's a little bit too curly and isn't proper for such an important occasion. I think Sir should trim it.
If you were gay, who would you sleep with?
Oh, yeah, that's good, isn't it?
That's a good one.
If I was gay and I had to sleep with a man, I'd just sleep with my first Thai bride again.
Colin.
Might as well keep it in the family.
Boobs.
Boobs?
Yeah, that's all men talk about, like breasts.
Boobs? I hadn't even noticed. Hang on, look at those.
But the one I like is, if you could only eat one meat for the rest of your life, what would it be? That's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, that is a good one, yeah.
What would it be?
I'd go chicken.
Ah, you wanker! Chicken! You've just got the chicken. Beef, cow, you've got everything, haven't you? You've got all the meat, you've got the liver, and you can stew up the bones. A chicken, you get bored of that. Beef.
OK, it involves alcohol.
Is it drunken antics?
Yes, it is.
Yes!
Yes, the most popular topic of gossip for men is what their friends get up to when they're drunk. There is a sliding scale, of course. There's drunken antics, high spirits, then tomfoolery, horseplay, shenanigans, GBH and murder.
Wimbledon.
Did you go this week?
I went to Eastbourne.
You went to Eastbourne?
It was really good.
Really? So you went to Eastbourne, not Wimbledon?
Do you have a problem with your sat-nav?
It was a really brilliant match. I saw Venus Williams.
How did you cope with the screaming?
Screaming where? In Eastbourne?
At the tennis, when they hit it and they...
Screaming? Grunting?
They're trying to ban it, aren't they? They're trying to ban the noises.
Yeah, they are. They said this week it was OK, it was better for concentration and stability to grunt.
I have to watch it with the sound down. I can't be doing with it. If you turn the sound down and do your own noises, like boink, boink. I imagine that the ball boys are little gremlins, and then when they come out to get a ball, I go...
Am I hear the gremlin noise again?
Sometimes I go, my ball, my ball, my ball. taken all the fun out of it, though. One of the first things they did this week, when it rained, because they can still play, but they closed Henman Hill, because they didn't want people sliding down. And again, more fun than tennis. Like, they should just have a camera, posh old lady with a tray full of Pims, just trying to get across the... Far better than tennis.
Joe, do you watch the tennis?
Yeah, well, no.
I used to watch it, but in the end, it's the same thing. It's just different people winning. It's the same every time. Oh, you won that one.
Does anyone think Andy Murray's going to win?
Of course he's not going to win. We always go through this shit every year. He's never going to win. Read the news like that. Oh, this is bollocks. Not reading that. Move on.
Oh, it'd be good. It'd be a breath of fresh air if the news was read like this.
I'd love that.
Afghanistan, yada, yada, yada.
The thing that did annoy me was that Andy Murray takes his top off a lot. And, like, he's obviously proud of his body, isn't he? Which annoys me. If he had my body, he wouldn't do it.
Because if he had your body, I don't know whether he'd be playing there.
Well, because I get changed like I'm an old woman on the beach. With, like, a towel up, kind of like that. So I find that sort of quite offensive when people sort of go, oh, is the camera still on?
Yeah. I don't think he physically looks that impressive, Andy Murray. Though it strikes me as like Nadal is like.
Why does he take his top off?
Yeah.
He doesn't do it during the game.
What, has he actually got
afterwards? He's not in the middle of a point. Just woo. Like that. He waits and then takes it off.
If it goes for extra time, it's just in his pants.
I always think he looks a mess because, like, Nadal is incredible. Like, he's just a physical Adonis, and Andy Murray looks like a heroin addict that shoplifted a JD Sports. He's pathetic. And, like, when you see him next to Nadal is just the perfect man because he's really strong. He's got these big pistons of arms, but then a really nice little boyish face, sort of very hamsterish features. Like, imagine if you were with Nadal, he'd be like 2 hours of, like, rampant, ferocious sex, and then afterwards, just make you Eggs Benedict.
Does anyone... Do you fancy a game of who's got a crush on Nadal? Anyone fancy a game? Oh, look, I've won. Let's have a look and see whether Wimbledon is one of the most talked about things this week. The most talked about thing this week? It's week 1 of Wimbledon. If Andy Murray is crowned Wimbledon champion, it'll be an incredible day for tennis, tinged only with the sadness that Federer, Nadal and Djokovic all dropped dead in the same tournament. Sean, Christian and Joe, what else have the nation been talking about?
The Greek economy. The bailout, the riots in Greece. They've been rioting about the austerity measures that are being imposed. And they couldn't control the rioters. I thought they'd have used the hummus cannon. Spray them with hummus, and in the sun it'd dry quickly and they'd be stuck like that. Taking a very light-hearted approach to that serious problem they've got in Greece.
Christian, you're like a proper grown-up newsreader. Tell us what's going on in Greece.
They're screwed, basically. I mean, they're...
Get to us straight. Don't sugarcoat it for us.
Yeah, no, they've got massive debts that they can't service, and they need another bailout.
Have they thought of going to maybe Wonga.com?
How much do they owe?
Total debts are €355 billion.
355 billion?
Yeah.
There's got to be a point where you start opening your statements. And go,
The thing is, if we bail them out, it might cost Britain about £1 billion. If they go bust, it'll cost Britain a hell of a lot more than that.
But he's not doing it, is he? He's having none of it, David Cameron. He's saying no.
He's saying no.
He's saying no.
Leave it, it's not worth it.
But then in another statement the next day, he said, maybe.
We should be a little bit wary as well of, like, dishing out the money too soon, because I've done a little bit of research, right? Eurovision Song Contest, Greece gave us 2 points. 2 points. They gave 12 points to Azerbaijan. So now they're coming here, oh, can we have a little bit of money? Well, how about you get your money off your best friend's Azerbaijan? You can't, because you don't know what Azerbaijan is. Well, you should have thought of that when you didn't give any points to Lee Ryan, bitches. They should love Blue. Anthony Costa, he's Greek and he pissed on a cash machine. That sums up their country.
in the local community, because I've just been to Corfu, and at the bottom of the hill, the villa where we stayed, there was a little supermarket called Aphrodite Supermarket.
Right.
And she was charging £2.50 for a tin of baked beans.
Cheeky bitch!
At least they're all trying to get the money, claw it back.
Yeah. Oh, hang on, I'm just going to check in with the man from Channel 4 News and see if... That sounds like they might be getting the money back. Yeah. Have you heard the latest? Because I don't know what... So, 355 billion. What's 355 billion minus... Was it £2.50?
No.
I mean, you know there's other food in Greece other than beans. Like...
I didn't buy the beans. I just noticed
You didn't buy the beans, but they priced you out of buying beans.
I just thought that is a liberty, Aphrodite.
That is a liberty. You can take the girl out of Walford, but you can't.
I think the Greeks have cooked the best food I've ever had. Have you had a gyros? It's like a kebab, but they put the chips in it and roll it up, and it's just... You've blown my mind. They put the chips in it and then they roll it up.
I've never seen you this passionate.
Oh. Maybe you didn't look me in the eye anymore when we make love.
Final decision rests with John. John, should we bail out Greece?
I don't think we should, because I don't understand how a country can go bankrupt. I just don't... it's one of those things I want to see it happen, just to know what it looks like.
Well, it's £55 to get to Ireland. Go and have a look. Let's have a look and see whether Greece was one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, indeed. John, Patsy and Jack, what have the nation been talking about this week?
Is it Wimbledon?
Did you go this week?
I went to Eastbourne.
You went to Eastbourne?
It was really good.
Really? So you went to Eastbourne, not Wimbledon?
You have a problem with your sat-nav?
It was a really brilliant match. I saw Venus Williams.
How did you cope with the screaming?
Screaming where? In Eastbourne?
Like the tennis, when they hit it and they...
Screaming? Grunting?
They're trying to ban it, aren't they? They're trying to ban the noises.
Yeah, they are. They said this week it was OK, it was better for concentration and stability to grunt.
I have to watch it with the sound down. I can't be doing with it. If you turn the sound down and do your own noises, like boink, boink. I imagine that the ball boys are little gremlins, and then when they come out to get a ball, I go... Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Can I hear the gremlin noise again?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Sometimes I go, my ball, my ball, my ball. They've taken all the fun out of it, though. One of the first things they did this week, when it rained, because they can still play, but they closed Henman Hill, because they didn't want people sliding down. And again, more fun than tennis. Like, they should just have a camera, posh old lady with a tray full of Pims, just trying to get across the... Far better than tennis.
Joe, do you watch the tennis?
Yeah, well, no.
I used to watch it, but in the end, it's the same thing. It's just different people winning. It's the same every time. Oh, you won that one.
Does anyone think Andy Murray's going to win?
Of course he's not going to win. We always go through this every year. He's never going to win.
Read the news like that. Oh, this is bollocks. I'm not reading that. Move on.
It'd be good. It'd be a breath of fresh air if the news was read like this.
I'd love that.
Afghanistan, yada, yada, yada.
The thing that did annoy me was that Andy Murray takes his top off a lot. And, like, he's obviously proud of his body, isn't he? Which annoys me. If he had my body, he wouldn't do it.
Because if he had your body, I don't know whether he'd be playing there.
Well, because I get changed like I'm an old woman on the beach. Having, like, a towel up, kind of like that. So I find that sort of quite offensive when people sort of go, oh, is the camera still on?
Yeah. I don't think he physically looks that impressive, Andy Murray. Though it strikes me as like Nadal is like.
Why does he take his top off?
Yes.
He doesn't do it during the game.
What, has he actually got
afterwards? He's not in the middle of a point. Just woo. Like that. He waits and then takes it off.
If it goes for extra time, it's just in his pants.
Yeah. I always think he looks a mess because, like, Nadal is incredible. Like, he's just a physical Adonis, and Andy Murray looks like a heroin addict that's shoplifted a JD Sports. He's pathetic. And, like, when you see him next to Nadal is just the perfect man because he's really strong. He's got these big pistons of arms, but then a really nice little boyish face, sort of very hamsterish features. Like, imagine if you were with Nadal, he'd be like 2 hours of, like, rampant, ferocious sex, and then afterwards, just make you Eggs Benedict.
Does anyone... Do you fancy a game of Who's Got a Crush on Nadal? Anyone fancy a game? Oh, look, I've won. Let's have a look and see whether Wimbledon is one of the most talked about things this week. The most talked about thing this week?
The election battle heats up, apparently, because there's no other news. They've gone, there's an election in 6 months, and that's one of the stuff. So even, like, the Lib Dems have had to come up with proper policies, you know, because when you've got no chance of winning, you can basically say what you want, can't you? So for ages, they'd be going, yeah, Jaffa Cakes will be one of your 5 a day, and everyone can have a rope slide to work, you know what I mean?
Who's your money on in the election, Faye?
I'm very much enjoying the idea that the Labour Party of giving voters presents if they vote for them. They've said that they'll give poor people laptops, which is very nice. Is he going to give them Wiis as well, maybe? Some chocolate?
Give everyone a little bit of chocolate.
I'll just give you a little bit of chocolate if you vote for me.
He might empty their bins.
Gordon Brown got a laugh in Parliament this week. He got a laugh. This is the easiest gig you've ever seen, right? He basically said that Hewitt, right? Hoon and Hewitt, he was going to put them down a salt mine. Yeah, I know. That was the gag, right? He says he's going to put them down a salt mine for what they've done in last week, and it got a laugh. I was like, they're laughing at that shit. They should watch an episode of You've Been Framed. They'll have an heart attack.
Let's have a look and see whether the election is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, the nation's been talking about the imminent election. This week, Brown told backbenchers, I'm not a team, I'm one of the team. And remember, Gordon, there's no I in team. Or in your left socket. Sean, Josie and Faye, what else have the nation been talking about?
What have they been talking about, girls?
Don't
know why I put that voice on now.
Celebrity Big Brothers.
Really? Did you watch that?
No, I don't have time. I do not have time in my life for CBB. The CBBC, yes. CBB, no time. No time.
There was a really sinister bit with Base Hunter the other night where he was sat there and there's been obviously a thing between him and Katia, and she went, oh, wouldn't it be really funny if we still were, like, lying together in the same bed and then we got tucked in by Stephanie, and he went, and nobody does this in real life, he said, yes, that would be funny. And then she walked out, and then to himself just went, very funny. like a bad guy in a Bond film.
I love the fact that Katia's gone from Ronnie Wood to Bass Hunter as well. It's like such a musical downgrade.
She's seen Ronnie Wood naked. That can't be nice. I imagine it's like him naked. It's like, you know, like if you have a box of KFC after you've thrown the bones back in. That's probably what he looks like. Just a bit of bone and some flesh on it and some knuckles.
Let's have a look and see whether Big Brother is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, Celebrity Big Brother continues. This week, Katia, Heidi and Lady Sovereign were all up for eviction. And it was difficult to know who to choose, but I think I'd have to say kill Heidi, shag Katia and marry Lady Sovereign.
Turned up at some singing do.
Yes.
Thrown some water, tried to snog a cock.
Let's have a look and see what we've been talking about over the last few months.
Is it Big Brother? It's the 10th series now, and I've always been a fan of Big Brother, but there's been a few points where I think even the voiceover bloke sounds like he's getting a bit bored. Yeah. So one day I just want to turn it on and go, dear whatever it is in the Big Brother house, one of them has said something that's upset the other one, but the other ones don't care.
Here's the thing, Davina, brilliant. The house, brilliant.
Who's your favourite housemate?
Well, then the problem is,
problem.
then they fill the nice, lovely house with the cool sofa and the, oh, you can come over here and make a smoothie with twats.
Are you... Sorry. Shri is not a twat. No. Shri is amazing. He's obsessed by this girl. He's obsessed by Noreen. He's in the same house as her as he's obsessed by her, so it's come in really handy. It's a stalker's paradise.
It is. Was he stalking her before the show? I mean, that's incredibly lucky. If you're stalking someone and you both end up in the Big Brother house.
You know Lisa, the lesbian lady?
Is she a lesbian?
Yeah,
the one with the Mohican?
Yeah.
And the big...
She'd be sat there, she'd be sat there like this, she'd be sat there like this, she'd go, don't get me wrong, you know, that girl's allowed, you know what I mean? I mean, I'd maybe do them, but I wouldn't do the ginger one, but I'd do the rest. I thought, none of them are going to have sex with you, you dirty great Les. What are you talking about? You'd be lucky to have sex with a ginger one.
James, are you watching Big Brother?
I don't actually watch reality TV. I think it's crass, to be honest with you. I think when you see these people who will just, you know, lower their standards to go on to try and, on the off chance. On the off chance.
The irony. Is he getting it?
I'm serious. On the off chance that they might get, you know, tapped up to go on some poxy Channel 4 show late at night on a Friday.
Probably got to be will Gordon Brown still be in a job in the next week or so? He's obviously got to be very worried. I'd be very worried if I had Hugh Edwards doing the news from outside my house. I think if you look outside your window and you see Hugh Edwards going, "Welcome to the 10 o'clock news," you've got to think, "Christ, what have I done?" There's a brilliant picture of him this week. Have you got a picture?
Oh
of
yeah,
him?
I've got the picture of him being held on the chin.
And it's very interesting because he's the Prime Minister. Someone's just reached out and... I mean, if that was Obama, they'd be mincemeat by now. He doesn't even stop him. I reckon you could walk up to Gordon Brown, pull his trousers open and pour custard down there. And after about a minute, the special services would go, "Actually, that's enough custard." He is the Prime Minister. He's coming out on his shoes, for Christ's sake. A bit of respect.
Jason, do you think Gordon Brown is doomed?
I think the Labour Party in general won't... Well, they'll be here, but they won't be in power, I think. I mean, now all the MPs are in this rigmarole of... They're terrified, aren't they? And they're calling it expenses scandal. But let's call it what it is. It's theft, isn't it? That's what it is, theft. If we did it in our job, you know, I've taken a few of your suits home over the past few weeks. You know, I dressed my wife in them. And,
one good thing that comes out of this, if you're walking down the street and you see an MP with a Kit Kat, you're entitled to just go off and break off a bit. I paid for this. Yeah, this is even better with a pepperami because you can bend it over and then go, "Too hot."
Are they actually taking anyone's personal money?
Yes, ours.
yeah, ours.
What have the nation been talking about?
Have you been watching a bit of the Britain's Got Talent?
It's gotta be Britain's Got
Subo. Subo, she's gone mad.
Turned up at some singing do.
Yes.
Thrown some water. Tried to snog a cock. Shouted loads of abuse. And only now does it come to light that she's Scottish. Have these people ever been on National Express? There's fucking loads of them. Moon River!
You shouldn't knock her, though, because also one of the things about the reason Obama likes her so much is she's a very important weapon in the war against terror. Because young extremists are now thinking twice about blowing themselves up now they know what a virgin really looks like. They're going...
She's got some huge fans, though, because, and you'll appreciate this as a Twitterer, Jimmy. Demi Moore has been twittering her support all through this, saying how much she likes her. And I think that's because Demi Moore is smart. Because she's thinking, you know, when the looks go, I'll be able to play her in a movie.
They are actually doing a movie of her, though, aren't they? Of Susan Boyle's life. And
yes, and I'm going to play her.
Madonna's been at it again. She's adopted another child, which is fantastic news for everybody.
If I could get adopted, I would get adopted by Billy Bragg. That's like my dream person to adopt me. If he's out there, just...
Do you have
I make no trouble. Yeah, I've got parents. They're great.
Will they be watching this? Going, what, we haven't written enough protest songs? What do you want, love?
I would choose Adam Woodyatt.
Wow, people
He's
have
my
actually got this...
favourite celebrity. I interviewed him once. He's #1, smiley. #2, charming.
This is Ian Beale we're talking about here.
#3...
She wants Ian Beale to be her dad.
He just seems... He's very friendly.
They're slagging Madonna off in the paper, like, but she's going to make this child's life better. I mean, I'm from Manchester, and I'm doing all right for myself, but even she would make my life better, you know, so...
Yeah, if Madonna offered to adopt me, even at this point, I'd consider it.
I'd say so.
Yeah. She's probably got things like a jacuzzi.
Let's have a look and see whether Madonna adopting a baby is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, this is the story that Madonna has adopted a second Malawian child. Already, Madonna's visit has passed into Malawian legend, specifically the legend of the scrawny witch that swoops down from the skies and steals children. No offence to any witches that we have in the audience. We might... If we had any witches, I apologise. Anyone had green hair? So, for example, that one there. I've just...